Hello and welcome back to BocciasBattles. Here today with a showcase of an interesting yet slightly gimmicky strategy that you can use on a Pokemon team that does involve some skill and some preparation, specifically in team synergy, in order to work well. It's not going to be something like a Fear Rattata or anything like that. So let's get into the match. So as you can see from the team preview, I'm on the bottom and they're on the top. I'm facing against DJK236. They're running a pretty standard Black and White 2 OU Sand team with what I presume is a bulky T-Tar, Scarful Specs Latios. I wasn't sure what set this Rotom was because it could be choice or it could be the leftover special defensive one I like. They've got Landorus Therian, which is always an offensive or defensive pivot. Then we've got most likely is a choice Scarf Garchomp. And a Fortress which just sets up hazards and rapid spins. On my side of the field, we have a Rapid Spin, Ice Shard, Earthquake, Donphan as usual, a Choice Scarf Heatran, a Sub-Disable Gengar, a Special Defensive Gastrodon with Block, a move that makes sure that your opponent cannot switch out, no matter what circumstance. It's like Arena Trap, as long as you don't go down and you don't switch out. A Physically Defensive Regenerator Tangoid with the same move. So we have a special defensive and a physically defensive pivot core thing, and a Scarf Terrakion to clean up the mess at the end of the match, as I call it. So yeah, anyways, let's get on with the match. So I'm going to lead off with my Donphan, as they are going to lead off with their T-Tar to set up their Sands, because why not? You know, I've got a couple of things that hurt by it. Okay, like, two things. They're going to hit me straight with the Superpower, which is a very rare move on a Black and White 2 T-Tar. So I decided just to set up my rocks because, let's just face it, rocks are always useful, and, you know, anything that breaks the Fortress is sturdy and stuff like that could come in useful later in the match. They're going to go into that Rotom Wash here, and predicting that, I go for the Earthquake, which does nothing. No, I obviously didn't predict that, but I was playing it safe. I always play it safe for about the first 2 or 3 turns, because it's just not worth the risk. Now, at this point, seeing that Rotom Wash has leftovers, I know it's most likely going to carry the Hydro Pump anyway. I'm going to switch into my Gastrodon and get the Storm Drain boost to get +1 special attack. And probably because their only other move, offensive move, will be Volt Switch, that I think, oh, they might switch out. But they go straight for the Will-O-Wisp. It's going to be switch out or Will-O-Wisp. But if they say, and I can get the Toxic off, which is a big bane to special defensive Rotoms, well, just its set, basically, is completely destroyed by it. So there's that, and they're going to switch out here because they don't want to get worn down, which is understandable, and they're going to go into their Latios, and this is where block is showcased perfectly. I blocked the Latios on the switch-in. I was going to block the Rotom to stall it down, but this is just as good. Okay, the Latios goes for, presumably, what is a Specs Draco Meteor, right? Gets a special attack drop. So I'm like, yeah, I can hang in there, I can take it. I'm max HP, max special defense, plus special defense nature. So I'm going for the recovers and leftovers and stuff is really helping me. And they have to go for another Draco Meteor because they can't switch out on their choice anyway. Which does even less, obviously, because of the special attack drop. So I can get the Toxic off. So you're getting where it's going here, guys. So this strategy is actually incredibly useful because it actually allows me to outstall a Specs Latios. So the rest of my team, which don't particularly like Specs Latios, I don't think anything like Specs Latios, except like a couple of special defensive walls, can completely destroy now. Because I can just stall out the Toxic turns on a choice Pokemon. So if I trap a choiced Pokemon that can't really damage me, I can get 3 kills with block and gain offensive and defensive momentum for my team. So it really is a viable strategy. At this point, it gets taken down by a combination of Toxic and Sandstorm. So I go straight for the recover. He's already at -6 anyway. And he gets taken down by the Sandstorm. And if the Sandstorm wasn't there, he would have still gone down to the Toxic, so that didn't matter anyway. So that is a very good showcase of it. But at this point, they're going to go into their Garchomp, which, with Adamant, Max Attack, and Dragon Claw and stuff, I don't want to be taking anything. So I'm going to go straight into my physically defensive wall, the Regenerator, max HP, max defense, Tangrowth to take the oncoming Outrage. I don't see why people are going Outrage and not Dragon Claw when Outrage really isn't a very safe move to go for early game. And people just switch it in. Guess it's just people are stupid nowadays. But anyway, Tangrowth is going to go straight for the Giga Drain, which is all cool, as they unfortunately get the 2-turn Outrage. So they're confused. They don't want to stay in because they're doing nothing anyway. They're going to go into their Fortress and try and Rapid Spin or something. And I go for the Sleep Powder like an idiot. But it misses. But at this point, I really don't want them to Rapid Spin away the rocks. That's very helpful. So I'm going to switch straight into my Heatran. Okay, they're going to set up their own rocks at this point. But I'm going to scare them out with the Heatran. And they're going to go straight into their Chomp to resist the oncoming Fire move. So I'm not going to risk because I do not want them Rapid Spinning. That's basically was my play. Sorry about the dirt there. But anyway, they're going to go for the Scarf EQ and take me down the next turn. But I don't really care because I've damaged this thing way more than I needed to. So in comes Tangrowth on 69% HP. And they're going to be scared of the 69. They're going to switch out. They're going to switch into their Fortress. This Fortress is amazing. And I'm going to go straight for the Giga Drain. Right on that Fortress's face. Slurping all of that bug juice from the inside of its eyeballs. And I'm going to put it to sleep. Because that's what Tangrowth does. It puts something to sleep. Then it Giga Drains or Sludge Bombs the hell out of them. And walls them. So at this point, they can't Rapid Spin. But, so that's kind of cool. But at this point, I'm going to switch into my Terrakion to try and finish it off before it wakes up. So they've got one guaranteed turn of sleep anyway, which allows me a free switch into the Scarf Terrakion. And I can go straight for that base 120 close combat, smash that thing in the face. And it's going to wake up and go straight for the Rapid Spin, which is exactly what I didn't want it to do. I easily could have switched into my Gengar, but for some reason I didn't, and they get off because of that very toxic spikes. So because of that stupid play, they're allowed to Rapid Spin and get up a free layer of toxic spikes. But anyway, they still go down anyway, so it's not the biggest deal. But now at -2 defense and special defense and at -1 attack against the Landorus Therian, I'm going to want to switch out into something that can wall it, aka Gengar, which walls its primary stabbing ground and can take the U-turn. So it's actually a rock polish set that they're running. So I'm not sure whether they're physical or special. There are some special sets, and they actually reveal they're special with either HP Ice or HP Fire there. So either trying to counter Sizzle, which their team doesn't seem to counter very well, or to counter other dragons, which is slightly less likely, so it's probably HP Fire. But I'm going to go for the substitute anyways, get a bit of recovery off, as they're going to break my sub with the hidden power because it did like 38% last time. The only reason I did that was so I could disable the hidden power. So now their hidden power is disabled, which is awesome. And at this point, I can do one more thing. I can go and hit something with a move that does some damage. So I'm going to go straight for the Shadow Ball, but they switch in their T-Type, predicting that. Great play on my opponent's part, which not only resists it, but is quite bulky and has a special defense boost from the sand. And they're going to go for the Pursuit, predicting me to switch out, but I think I tried to switch out then. I don't see why I did. I think I've learned from that, but anyways. Predicting the grass move, they're going to go into their Landorus Therian, probably because it's the bulkiest thing on their team that can take a grass move, because Rotom Wash clearly can't. But it's still just 38.8%. It's like 39%. I mean, that thing's like pretty much 2-hit KO'd, depending on being max damage. But I don't like the idea of the Toxic and the U-turn coming into play. So predicting the U-turn, I'm going to switch into my Terrakion, as they're going to go straight for the hidden power, and I get the second 69 of the match, which is awesome. I'm going to get worn down a little bit. Now, at this point, I'm going to have to go for the Stone Edge, if I don't want to die. But, in fact, I decided to go for the close combat, predicting the switch out, because that Landorus has been revealed to be specially based and Terrakion is a threat. So I actually, what's the word? Predicted my opponent's prediction of my prediction. That's the words that I meant to say. But anyway, Rotom Wash gets destroyed by close combat. So the second thing that's got destroyed by close combat. Maybe in the third. But anyway, yet again, I'm in the same situation as before, except on lower HP. And it's slightly more crucial for me to be able to take this. But anyway, they're probably going to go straight for the EQ, which they do here. Tangrowth can take that pretty well, because Tangrowth is freaking amazing. And, so yeah, that's going to happen. And they're going to go straight for the EQ. As I go straight for the Giga Drain. And down goes Landorus Therian. GG. So yeah, I'm getting pretty worn down at this point. Terrakion can't take many more hits. Donphan definitely can't. Nothing on my team can take a hit very well now. Now, not wanting to die, because I need something to be able to take an Outrage, I switch out and switch into my Donphan as Death Fodder. And it also has the Ice Shard, just in case it manages to take the potential Earthquake or Outrage. But they get a crit, which is bound to happen, and I'm not going to complain about it. But that may have come into play. I'm not sure. You guys can calc it if you would like to. But they're going to get another crit with an Earthquake on the next turn, which is out of order. But either way, I'm not going to complain again. I managed to take that on about a third, just less. So that's alright, I guess. But at this point, T-Tar is going to destroy me anyway. If I switch out, I could go for the Pursuit, so I just fodder my Tangrowth to the Snapstone Edge. And send in my Terrakion. And go straight for the close combat. Hoping that they're not a Chople Berry set, which is very, very rare nowadays. And they're not. So in the game, if they had been Chople Berry, there may have been some issues, but I may have been able to take a hit with my Gastrodon. Definitely not, though, with my Terrakion. So anyway, that was a good game, DJK236. I hope to face you again sometime. Yet again, guys, sorry for the lack of uploads. I've just been really busy, and I'm likely to be very busy for the next couple of months while summer's on, and for the start of the next year while I get into routine with, you know, the new timetables. But when X and Y come out, no matter how busy I am, I will find time to bring you quality X and Y battles, X and Y information, and X and Y stuffs. Yeah, X and Y stuffs. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and until next time, BocciasBattles out.